this video right here, we're going to talk about Lauren Boebert. Now, for those of you who may not be aware who this roughest, toughest, this shoot this hombre that come out the West, she represents the 3rd Congressional District of Colorado. And she barely won her re-election by 500 and by less than 550 votes. Now, she made the news for all the wrong reasons a few days ago when she was booted out of the theater where they was hosting the stage play Beetlejuice. Now, her and her new boo thing couldn't seem to act with any kind of maturity and some kind of discipline to where they ended up getting booted out. Now, for those of you who don't know who this man is, who her new boo thing is, he goes by the name of Quinn Gallagher. Quinn Gallagher owns a bar out in Aspen, and Quinn Gallagher just happens to be a Democrat. So I find it funny that, this porn star reject would, be frothing off at the mouth, talking about how Democrats is doing this, as Democrats is doing that, and yet you rubbing the daddy long stroke of a Democrat. So which one is it? Democrats can't be all that bad because you sucking the dick of a Democrat. So which one is it? I just want to know, Lauren Boebert, right? Because look, it's pretty apparent that when you in front of your campaign donors, they don't pay you to speak, but they do pay you to provide oral skills, right? But hey, what do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just some bam on YouTube talking shit. But hey, I have it on good faith that you get paid to provide oral skills. Now, Gallagher and Boebert were enjoying a date night on Tuesday night when their behavior at a performance of the musical Beetlejuice, when they were vaping, singing along, and taking pictures when you ain't supposed to have a phone in there, drew complaints that saw them kicked out the venue. Boebert, who's 36 years old and the divorced father of a 16-year-old Gallagher, 46, has been secretly dating for several months. Now, let me put this math into motion here because the math ain't adding up. So if y'all been dating for several months and you just divorced your husband back in May, could it be possible that Lauren Boebert had been cheating on her husband with this guy? Now, look, what you do in the bedroom is what you do in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? If you want your titties be bounced off the dick of another dude, have at it, horse, right? But what you don't get to do is to sit up here and act like you're all holier than thou. That's what you don't get to do, right? If you want the dick from another dude in you, that's fine. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? No, people might have a problem with it or whatever like that. Me personally, I don't give a fuck because you don't impact my life, right? But what you don't get to do is come on TV and parade yourself around like you this God-fearing woman. That's what you don't get to do. Anyway, security camera. I'm going to play the clip of these two getting escorted out the venue. So as you can see on this video, there's no audio to it. You can see the usher going up to Lauren Boebert and her new boo thing, right after you had patrons complaining about them doing the stuff I just alluded to, vaping, singing songs, taking pictures and shit, right? And as you can see, the ushers are trying to escort them out of the building. Salute to everybody in the building. My sister Day Love, Rushy Holmes. Appreciate y'all for being up in here. Right? Now, this woman was lashing out at theater staff after she was kicked out of the uh, venue for singing along, while staff claimed she also vaped and took photos during the performance. The representative, who earlier this year became a grandmama at age 36, you 36 years old and already a grandmama? Wow. What they call them now in porn? Do they call them like gilfs or some shit? I know they call them milfs in Naughty America and Brazzers and what's the other porn site? Reality Kings and all that. What they call them now? Gilfs? Grandmamas I like to fuck. Anyway, so old granny girl and her new boo thing, as you can see, is being escorted out this venue. Surveillance footage shows Boebert wearing a tight little cut gold dress and high heels. Yeah, them say high heels. She's probably getting banged up on, right? Later on that night, allegedly. Making a considerable fuss as she and Gallagher were escorted out. Old Mr. Quinn Gallagher, a Democrat. According to the Denver Post, the lawmaker at one point declared, "Do you know who I am?" And this is the pompousness of the roughest, toughest, hoot this, toot this, shoot this hombre to come out the West. This is the pompousness of her. Do you know who I am? Yeah, we know who you are. You are a porn star reject. I mean, you are a congresswoman representing the 3rd District in Colorado getting booted out this venue. That's who you are right now. Do you know who I am? The nerve. Afterwards, Boebert and her smartly dressed date were caught on camera walking off through the empty night streets of the Maha City. As you can see, they continue to get kicked out. Get your ass up, bitch. Don't bring your ass back. That's what they said. Once outside, Boebert's indignation quickly dissipates as she holds her new lover's hand, dances and twirls for him in the street as they make their way through the city, a 3-hour drive from Gallagher's home near Aspen, and even further from Boebert's home in Silt, Colorado. The pair opened up the bar, billed as rustic and unpretentious, but they became co-owners last year. Now, as you can see, as this footage continues, Lauren Boebert, ain't mad no more, but she got her no boo thing she can take back to wherever designated spot they have deemed for themselves, and it's gonna be one big old bucket naked, one wham bam, thank you, ma'am, grown up undressing sessions. Hopefully, it don't smell like the catch of the day when they go up when he run up in there. Anyway, she claims she's been faithful to her husband and all that, right? But I don't buy that for one bit. I don't buy that at all. I do not buy the fact that she was so faithful to her husband all this time until the divorce. Yeah, right. It was not clear when Gallagher and Boebert's relationship became romantic, but the bar owner originally came from the congresswoman's hometown of Rifle, Colorado, and still has family there. Now, she comes out and says that it was true that she thoroughly did enjoy the amazing Beetlejuice at the Buell Theater, and she pled guilty to laughing and singing too loud. But everyone should go see it if you get a chance, and please let her know how it ends. That's what she put in the social media post. What's up, Kev Cook? An incident report noted that the two received a warning at intermission about their conduct. But 5 minutes into the second act, security officials got another complaint about a person being loud and recording the show. They told me that they would not leave, an usher said, according to a report. I told them they need to leave the theater. If they don't, they'll be trespassing. The patrons said they will not leave. I told them they will be going to the Denver police. and they say go get him. She basically out there calling their bluff. She basically out there calling their bluff. We ain't going nowhere. Do you know who I am? I am Lauren Boebert. I represent you every 2 years. I have this false sense of entitlement that I can do what I want to do and you can't do anything about it. Leave me alone, peasant, and let me enjoy the show. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that she was on right then and there. But them ushers wouldn't relent, and good on them ushers for staying on her trifling ass. David B. Wheeler, president of the American Muckrackers PAC, told the Daily Mail while Coloradans and Americans struggling to make ends meet, Boebert is out frolicking, literally dancing in the street and making an absolute fool of herself. I hope her constituents watch the video of her being escorted out the theater with her new boo thing, where she gives the middle finger to an usher doing this job and aggressively points her finger at another one. What sort of a person does this? Is it time to fire Boebert and hire someone to get things done for Colorado? Now, this is the thing. David B. Wheeler, look, you don't got a leg to stand on because you tried to falsely put this woman, you tried to falsely accuse this woman of being a porn star and shit. You had people out here thinking that shit was real and that shit was fake. So you don't get no cookies, David B. Wheeler or Muckracker. Get your ass out of here. Anyway, the modern day Yosemite Sam has had several firearms issues related to the Capitol Police in D.C., and last summer, her soon-to-be ex-husband reportedly threatened the family's neighbors. She recently became a grandmama for the first time after her teenage son impregnated a woman. Boebert was herself a teen mom and dropped out of high school during her senior year in 2004 when she got pregnant with Tyler, her oldest. She had 3 more sons, including the 2009 birth of Caden, which occurred in the front seat of her husband's pickup truck. And that made local news. So, look, this woman had a rap sheet longer than a whole roll of Charmin toilet paper. That's how crazy her rap sheet was. Before she became a congresswoman, this woman was arrested for any and everything, whether it be a backseat in the Jeep, the swinging episode, to all kinds of, petty crimes and shit like that. So, needless to say that she has no business being a congresswoman because in Congress, your job as a representative is to represent the people that voted your ass into that position. Guess how many bills that she has sponsored that's gotten passed through Congress? Guess how many? And I'll give you a hint in case you didn't know. It's a number less than 1. Okay? So she's basically wasting taxpayer dollars just to go up there and be some mouth-frothing attack dog for the Republican Party in defense of Trump. Right? Her and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, we all know that is a trifling ass bitch if there ever was one. But Lauren Boebert not behind. Matter of fact, these 2 stupid dogs basically got into an argument about who was going to be the first one to get the articles of impeachment against Joe Biden, right? Because, of all the things they can get Biden on, but they're just sitting up here trying to get Biden impeached out of spite for because they deity when he was president. That bitch got impeached twice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the what's that motherfucking name? Yeah, Trump. Trump got impeached twice. As soon as Biden take office, then all of a sudden now these two hoes want to call themselves throwing Biden's name out for impeachment for what? You ain't got nothing. Now, before anybody, falls off a cliff and starts jumping to conclusions, I do not support Joe Biden. I do not support the Democrats. And I damn sure don't support the Republicans. As far as I'm concerned, neither one of them do anything for black people. Matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, both these parties jockey for position as to who's going to be the one that cracks the whip out on our asses. If you really want to keep things 100. But for this thing, and people, y'all need to remember, this prompted a fight on the House floor in the House of Representatives when they were voting on this thing. You had what's her face, Marjorie Taylor Greene, cussing on Boebert out. You little bitch! I was supposed to be the one that's supposed to be the sponsoring this bill to get Biden impeached, not you. And that what got kicked out. That what got Marjorie Taylor Greene kicked out the fucking what's that party they had, the Freedom Party or whatever like that. But that party, that little party that they have, is a little subsidiary of the Republican Party. You have Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Andy Biggs, Marjorie Taylor Greene's part of that caucus and shit. The Freedom Caucus, that's what it was. It's the Freedom Caucus. So Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked out the Freedom Caucus after her and Lauren Boebert got into that little dust up on the House floor a few months ago. But see, Lauren Boebert too stupid to realize that, she's going to need these people vote come next year because she's up for re-election next year. Because these Congress people run for re-election every 2 years, as opposed to the Senate where they run again every 4 years, and they overlap. So Lauren Boebert, she constantly got to be on the campaign trail, and she got to run again in 2 years. But who is going to vote for this woman? This woman is pretty much a person on borrowed time. She's on borrowed time as a congresswoman. I mean, she already had her dangle her restaurant closed out recently. It was this year or last year. She had that restaurant called Shooters, right? Where she was walking around here with the little with the 9mm on her side and all that, And I'm surprised she ain't got arrested because in DC you really ain't supposed to be having a gun out there. But you think that stopped her from being the roughest, toughest, hoot this, toot this, shoot this hombre to come out the West? No, it does not stop her from being that. So you guys let me know what y'all think about her and her little boo thing, even though she be talking shit about Democrats. Meanwhile, her new boo thing that she be, riding that dick and sucking that dick for is a Democrat. So are Democrats really that bad, Lauren Boebert? Huh? Considering that your new boo thing is a Democrat, guess Democrats ain't that bad, is it? But if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. As far as I'm concerned, Lauren Boebert, she ain't shit. Her little boo thing, he ain't shit neither. As far as I'm concerned, they ain't nothing but a bunch of white supremacists who wants to throw their entitlement around like people owe them something. In another video, I'm gonna talk about crack smoking Hunter Biden, who got indicted on gun charges, right? And me personally, he should have been in jail a long time ago, right? But we all know why Hunter Biden got away with the stuff he got away with. Then another video, I'm going to talk about Alex Rodriguez, from A-Rod to A-Rat, because a bombshell report came out earlier today talking about A-Rod snitching out 3 baseball players to keep his ass from going to jail based on those investigations regarding performance enhancing drugs. So I'm gonna talk about that probably. If y'all come back in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna talk about A-Rod going, pretty much being a rat. So smash a like, hit the subscribe. You know, subscribe to this channel. Share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. All right.